people head towards summer, you go to thinking of things, don't you? Particularly things you want to do in the glorious sunshine days that you hope will be coming. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not the rain and all that sort of stuff. But you do, you know, you think where you're going to go for your holidays. Will it be a week? Is it a day trip? Nothing wrong in that as long as you get away and get a bit of a change of scenery, as I often say. I think that's really important. And over here in the United Kingdom, we used to enjoy some wonderful, great British holidays. If you think about the golden days of the British holiday, perhaps from the 1940s right through to the 60s before the package holiday group took over, you saw packed beaches in the likes of Bognor, Blackpool, Skegness, Scarborough, you know, Southend, Brighton, Eastbourne. Everywhere you went was wonderful, and seemingly lots of people were out to enjoy themselves. But now a recent chilling message that's been passed to me, and I wanted to share this with you, is absolutely terrifying if you're thinking of going on even just a day trip to the seaside. Let me explain. Nice to see you. Have you got your bucket and spade out? Your swimming costume? Yes, your little stick of Blackpool Rock. Do you remember that terrific song, of course, by the wonderful entertainer George Formby, which got banned, by the way, from the BBC for being apparently too saucy? For my memories, of course, you only have to hear the traditional Wurlitzer organ played by the brilliant late Reginald Dixon from the Tower Ballroom in Blackpool, and it sort of emanates all of those wonderful childhood holidays that you enjoyed, seeing celebrities that you'd only seen on TV starring in summer spectaculars, that sort of thing. Now over here, sadly, in the United Kingdom, we recently had a terrible situation down in Bournemouth, on Bournemouth Beach, where someone was stabbed. Terrible situation, but apparently this is just the tip of the iceberg. Talking to people who are literally on the ground level, the situation is really this, and the local police are very sort of subtly trying to advise people who live locally and visitors to be very, very much aware, not just of your contents, say of your bag or your phone if you're sitting out on a deck chair or falling asleep. Remember the old days, you could put your bag down at the side, you'd have your flask in, all that sort of stuff, and you could nod off knowing that nobody now was going to try and pickpocket your bag. According to many local police constabularies, they've told me now, at least 4, that basically do not go anywhere that's unattended, alone or in duos. Now this is simply, there's no two ways about it, the increase of crime, and particularly those areas that are literally filled to the brim with migrant hotels. You know the ones I'm talking about? The big Victorian hotels that seemingly are now cut off to the much loved people who wanted to pay to stay there for their holidays. Now, no, they're full up, and that's the reason why. But the bigger story is this, you see, that if you, say, go into the lower promenade, say in Eastbourne, or indeed some of the enclaves in Blackpool, these gangs are operating in gangs of 6 to 12 people. They circle you and literally rob you blind. And the bottom line is there's nothing the police can do. Yes, there's a CCTV, but most of the time they're covered up head to toe in a scarf, baseball hat, all of that sort of stuff. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is many people will be coming over here to the United Kingdom, perhaps as tourists in London, and going down, you know, to one of the splendid seaside resorts that we made famous for so many years, and thinking, oh, I'll just sit here, have a quick fall asleep, maybe have your snack, your sandwiches, that sort of stuff. Truly, be very aware. It's not as cozy and as nice as people are now trying to portray. And the seasides are literally terror hotspots. Now, while the police are trying to play this down, when you see stories like this, you can't keep covering it up. And while you've got all of these displaced people wandering up and down the promenade, looking for rich pickings from day trippers, from holiday makers, everything literally is there for the taking, including, of course, ruining your holiday. I wanted to warn you, just in case nobody else does. It's always good to share. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.